everybody. If you're watching this video right now, everything is over. It's all finished. All the videos are finished from the Latin American Cup. And you just saw the slideshow, to which I want to thank a lot of people. I want to thank Luis Cha, AngelStronG, Sandra, Joker, Javier, Renatinho, B.Boy, Sabaozinho, Andrés, Bart, Kula, Toshi, everybody, Chino Fonzi, Diego, Takuma, Teruko, everybody, Azumi, I want to thank everybody that helped make this event very, very special. In the beginning, I actually thought, I was angry because the event didn't follow my protocol, which, obviously that's reason to be angry. But after watching all the matches, oh wow, I'm blown away. It was, nevertheless, the event was still a smashing success. Hands down. So far, probably the best care whip event of the year, hands down. And 2011 is almost over, but this is probably the best care whip event of the year, hands down. It's just wow, amazing. So I want to thank everyone for helping to contribute and make this event special. Thanks to El Combos for making the logo. That is awesome logo, man. I'm gonna be using you for making this every year because you've done what I want you to do with the logo. You've made it something that's very, captures the essence of this event, the magnitude of this event. So I'm gonna use you for the Latin American Cup every year, and we will be doing this every year. Well, Latin American Cup is gonna happen every single year. It's gonna be its own separate event. That way, South America has its own event every year, and we alternate and do different things accordingly. So I want to thank everyone about that. But my time is limited right now, as I must get ready to go to for work today. So I want to talk about the Brazil stick issue. Basically, guys, for what I was informed, correct me if I'm wrong, but he's trying to inform me that the Brazilian players did bring their sticks. So with that being said, any excuses, says otherwise are uncalled for and invalidated because they brought their sticks. So Sabaozinho, if he couldn't get the Angel Infinite, or whatever excuses you want to make, a win is a win, a loss is a loss, because the Brazilians brought their sticks. And likewise, the Mexicans brought their sticks. So a win is a win, is a loss is a loss. Doesn't matter, guys. You just got to accept it. Please stop the excuses, because when you make excuses for stuff like this, what you're doing is you are devaluing not only the players, but you're devaluing my event, and you're devaluing me. So of course, that is going to make me pretty angry. So please stop with the excuses, because it is a direct slap in the face to this event. Let the results speak for themselves. Stop the excuses, period. Whether it be for Mexicans, Brazilians, Peruvians, stop, no excuses. For Salado and Buchecha not showing up, no excuses. The event happened. It's over. Move on. Accept it. So, Sabaozinho, etc., everyone, Kula, Javier, whoever, everyone will have another chance in the near future, believe me, to prove themselves again. So just hopefully everyone learns from this event, looks at where they can improve, and we move on for the next big event. Speaking of which, the next big event will be Game of Death in Mexico City on the 23rd of October. We're also going to do a bunch of Ranbats in Mexico City, for we can really find out who the top players are. So we're going to do a lot of Ranbats in Mexico City. Me and Luis Cha and other people can help do it. And from there, that's going to help determine who the best players are in Mexico City, but not just for 2002. It's going to be 2002, 13. And even though 13 has been delayed, we're still going to have 13 arcade tournaments until the PS3 version goes. And I'm going to help them get, start the scene down there and get Super Street Fighter 4 and start getting things really going. I'm going to push the console movement and push all the other stuff, the newer games, a lot, even more so than I have, to get, recurring tournaments happening so that we can make the Latin American Cup next year be more than just about 2002, because that's what I want to see. The event that I saw the guy from Chile have with the 98 tournaments, which was like 3 countries in 98, or 2 of them. I want to have, roll that into the Latin American Cup. So we got 2002, 98 UM, 02 UM, 11, 13, all in one. You know, so that would now be a great event. I think even better because then we'll see matches of this magnitude for 2002 in each game. So, all right. Well, let's talk about style being pretty. I've seen some comments, people talking about, well, to me, this guy won because his style is pretty. Well, I'm going to comment on it. This is my personal opinion, but people need to understand this type of stuff is kind of why I'm doing this in the first place. You guys got to remember, back in the day, certain individuals were saying Japanese were better than Mexicans because they look better on camera, because their style is prettier. They do this, they do that. I was out to prove to people that that actually holds no merit. As a guy, Castro John, says, he says it doesn't really hold a lot of merit. I mean, you're free to think someone's style looks prettier, but the bottom line is Vince Lombardi said it best, winning is everything. Winning is the only thing that matters. Bottom line is winning that matters. Don't care if you don't like the fact that the guy picks all top tiers or whatever. If a guy wins, it's all that matters. Doesn't matter, period. So, yeah, I know a style may be prettier than others. Yes, Sabaozinho's style is very refreshing. It's nice to watch. I agree. It's great. It's brings a lot of attention to 2002, even though 2002 is very old. When Sabaozinho plays, a lot of people are going to watch. A lot of people think he's the best player because of that. But I mean, again, the bottom line is when you want to really define, quote unquote, the player, well, bottom line is winning is the only thing that matters, guys. I mean, that's just, I don't know how else to say that. Winning is the only thing that matters. The style or the characters that people use, doesn't really matter. I mean, are you going to win? Can you win? So sure, there's always be people that are going to try to demerit someone because of what characters they use. I can't win using this character. I don't respect them because he doesn't use that character. The bottom line is the actual players themselves. Those are the people that really, really count, guys. Everyone has an opinion outside of it, but for the players themselves, the only people that really matter are the actual players that are playing, and the organizers, because those are the people that call the shots. So those are the people that really truly matter. The opinions, in the grand scheme of things. I mean, so just keep all that in mind, people. When you want the players think or whatever, that's they're only concerned with what the actual players themselves think, and obviously the organizers, because they're the ones calling, running the event, planning the event, making sure it happens. So yeah. Now, another thing I want to talk about is about matchups. All right, guys, let's see if you can follow my little thing here. This is another reason why I've been doing what I've been doing, starting with the Warzone and stuff. Let's see if you can follow this. Kula can beat Bart. Bart can beat Toshi. Toshi can beat Kula. Sabaozinho can beat Joker. Joker can beat all the Mexican players that came over. And Kula can beat Sabaozinho. Let me say it again. Kula beats Bart. Bart beats Toshi. Toshi beats Kula. Sabaozinho beats Joker. Joker beats all of Mexico. And Kula beats Sabaozinho. Now, some people have also told me that, oh man, one day we'll eventually know who the best player is in the world. I don't know if that day's ever going to come. You know why? Because you want to talk about the best player in the world. It depends on what your standard is. If you want to say the person who won the world championship tournament, okay, that's one criteria. You could say that someone is the best player in the world because they won, the world championship that, I'll eventually end up having. But yeah, that's a criteria. That's a criteria. But you could still throw a wrinkle in that and say, okay, technically, could you still say they're the best player in the world? I mean, best player in the world would truly signify that there is no one in the whole world that can beat them. Now, this is a fallacy and a way of thinking, because I remember that before when people would say, oh, the Japanese are invincible and no one can beat them and they'll beat anybody. We see that's not the case. We see not even Kula can beat everybody. Guys, bottom line is it's all matchups here, see. It doesn't matter, Kula can beat Bart, but hey, and Kula loses to Toshi, but Bart beats Toshi. What's the logical explanation for that? Matchups, guys. Matchups and the fact that these people know each other very well. Kula knows Bart very, very well. He knows his style very, very well. He knows his weaknesses. He knows his tendencies. Toshi does not know Bart very well. So Bart's style was able to shut Toshi's style down completely. You threw him a wrinkle. It's matchups. It's style matchups. It's how you adjust to certain styles. Toshi, Kula also doesn't know Toshi. And Toshi's style happens to be a way that shut down Kula style. It's matchups. It's how they adjust. You know, Sabaozinho knows Joker very, very well. They play together a lot. You know, because Joker, you know, is in Brazil. Sabaozinho knows Joker. So Sabaozinho knows how to play Joker. So Sabaozinho was able to beat him. You know, Joker, you know, he matched up his style play with Melee through the Mexicans for a loop. Or style play with all of them, with Kim and Melee and, you know, and Angel. And his proficiency with landing the infinite combos, you know, throw him through Mexico for a loop. So they weren't able to adjust that. But see, Sabaozinho also could not adjust to Kula. So Kula was able to beat him. Again, it's all matchup, guys. That's my point. You know, Joker, you know, may have, you know, beaten all the Mexican players, but he lost to Sabaozinho. So, I mean, again, it's hard to say there's one player in the world that can beat everybody. I mean, again, I know the time of the invincible Japanese players. Again, as I'm aware, and I can see, that time has passed. I'm sure I've had a lot to do with that. But the time of the invincible, almighty, undefeatable Japanese player has passed. There should be a time where the undefeated Mexican player or whatever, or so that Kula was invincible. That time should have passed also, because I never thought he was invincible. Again, I always knew there could always be someone out there that's stronger than him, or can beat him, or give him a hard time, or, you know, rough him up or whatever. And I mean, Kula, what he looks like he is right now, he's a #1 killer. In other words, the #1 players, he defeated them. He defeated Sabaozinho from Brazil, #1 player in Brazil. He defeated Javier from Peru, who was a #1 player in Peru at that time. Obviously, now there's a new #1, but Kula and Bart, etc., caused there to be a new #1 right now in Peru because Kula defeated the #1. So, I mean, he's a #1 killer, and, you know, he may defeat the #1 players from the countries, but it might be the #2 or the #4 player, or etc., that might give Kula a hard time or whatever. And that's just matchups, guys. That's the beauty of these events. You never truly know what's going to happen until it actually happens. And sure, you can try to, you know, call it and say stuff like that, but as you can see by people, you know, prematurely calling matches in the preview interviews, it is best to just keep your mouth shut. It's best not to say, oh, I'm going to win. Because then that person's going to use that as extra motivation and say, wait a minute, this guy said he was going to win. And then if you lose, you look like a dumbass. So it's best to just keep your mouth shut and don't call the match. Don't call, oh, he's going to win for free. Or Japanese are going to win for free. Or Kula's going to win for free. Or I got this. I'm going to win this by this. Don't do it. Keep your mouth shut. It makes you come off as humble that way, more humble, you know, and you don't put yourself in a position where you can't get yourself out of. All right, next thing and the last thing, preliminary Battle for Mexico logo. Preliminary, in other words, it's not finished yet, but this is for Battle for Mexico 2011, November the 5th to the 6th, Ciudad Juarez, Mexico, where, you know, the event where I'm going to bring a lot of, I guess, the winners are going to go to Japan and Peru. You know, whenever we get the whole thing situated, what we're going to do for the Peruvian Cup. Don't know where it's going to be at. Got to do a lot of research to find out if the Peruvian Cup is going to be this year, because it's a lot of stuff going on right now, political stuff going on right now, you know, between parties. So it's hard to agree on a location really necessarily. A lot of behind the scenes stuff and research I need to do. So I'll keep you posted when we decide about the Peruvian Cup, or instead of people going to Peru, they go to Panama. You know, when we do the Central American Cup, there's a lot of stuff to talk about right now. And, you know, obviously, you know, there's a lot of stuff that's going to happen. But, you know, next event right now, immediately, stay tuned for a flyer, more than likely, of a Game of Death on the 23rd of October. And then the November 5th through 6th is going to be Battle for Mexico 2011, a new era, where, you know, this trophy thing you see is going to be completed. So instead of it being blank, it's going to be actually something there. So stay tuned. I'm going to show you the completed Battle for Mexico 2011 logo. And yeah, that'll be that. So all guys, you're about to see some Geese Tower matches. Again, ratings will be disabled because that's me training somebody. So yes, I'm not playing my hardest. That's obvious. I'm sandbagging, but I'm doing it because I want the guy to learn the game. I want to pick up certain things over and over. So I'm going to play them a certain way so he can learn certain things, while in the meantime, I'm testing out certain stuff. So I'm, you know, my Angel, I feel like I only had a week to play her, really. I've only played her for a week, so you're going to see an Angel for a week, and I think she's a lot better than in the other videos you saw, because I played her for a week. So I'm going to seriously start playing Angel now, because the irony is, again, even though I wasn't at the Latin American Cup, I've watched all the footage, and watching all the footage, it just made my Angel, my 1 week Angel, go up tremendously. So I think the level of my angel is far better in 1 week because I've had all these videos from Brazil and Peru and Mexico to study how they play angels, and I've been incorporating that into my angel play for 2002 UM. So stay tuned to Geese Tower matches, and after that, you know, it'll just be Game of Death when I receive it, and you know, I'll keep you updated with any other updates from here on out, guys. But that's really about it, guys. I gotta get ready to go to work. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.